Matt Meeker, we just sent out a press release about something with Bach Air. What
Yeah.
was it?
Well, we're very excited to announce that we're doing a partnership, entering a
You
partnership with Air Wisconsin Airlines. Um,
you don't seem very excited.
I'm very excited. I love this. Uh,
Well,
it's a, well, certainly it says that we've had good momentum with Bark Air, had a lot of interest in it, and now we started a conversation with Air Wisconsin in the summer, and maybe a start by introducing who Air Wisconsin is, because not a lot of people know that they fly it, but they do. That sound right?
that's totally right. Well, actually, maybe start a little bit before that. I think
Okay.
the background of why we're excited about it is that we launched Bach Air because we wanted to make it easy for people to travel with their dogs. And the first product we launched was this white glove first class kind of offering
Yeah.
that had the upside that we could test the demand, and it is an incredible experience, but it's also quite expensive.
Yeah, yeah. Certainly it's the purpose of Bark Air is for dogs and their families to travel together with a lot of dignity and safety and comfort. And we certainly went ultra comfort with Gulfstream 5s out of the gate, as you said, to measure the demand and refine the experience. And I think it's what we've learned probably from the first flight is that it's not the Gulfstream that makes it a white glove experience. It's the experience around it. It's the people, the concierge on board, and all the experiential elements that go into it. The Gulfstream just happens to be the platform. But
What's your favorite feature as part of the experience design on Bach Air?
oh wow. Uh, oh, there's so many. I mean, some of them are like presentation of just like the presentation of the shoe on the tray is fun. The spa on board, so pampering the dog a little bit. Always, there are the little touches of serving the dog before you serve the human. But really, what it comes down to for the human passenger and for the dog, but what we hear from the human is that they feel that their dog is safe and comfortable and with them and treated as a true customer, not as a piece of luggage, or not as a nuisance. That's the feature to me. The other stuff is fun. Um,
I get the kick out of the concierge calling people before they travel to ask if the dog prefer to travel to the airport with the windows up or down and what kind of music they like to listen to. Turns out reggae apparently is like the winner amongst a lot of dogs.
that's the music of choice for dogs.
So we had that first, and then now this new offering is coming online.
Yeah.
And so maybe you can tell a little bit about that.
Well, yeah, and you mentioned, our initial flights are between $6,000 and $8,000 per seat, which is prohibitively expensive for most people and most dogs. Um, so it was always the goal to make this available to as many people and dogs as possible. And to that end, we started a discussion over the summer with Air Wisconsin about how we could leverage their fleet and their infrastructure and their operation in order to bring our costs significantly lower and make this experience available to more dogs and their families.
And tell a little bit more about that company that we partner with.
Yeah, Air Wisconsin is a fantastic regional airline, believe it or not, based out of Wisconsin. Um, you probably know them right now as the carrier out of Chicago and Philadelphia who's carrying the American Eagle banner. So they are flying under that American Airlines banner in a lot of those regional flights you might take from Chicago to Columbus, Ohio, kind of thing. And they've been in business 59 years. They're a proper commercial airline. They've got a excellent track record. Obviously, if you've been around 59 years, you know what you're doing and how the air business works. They have a fleet over, I think they have 63 jets, and then the pilots and the flight crew and the maintenance and everyone to support that. Um, and and they seem to really want dogs on board too. They seem very, very happy about that.
And so the benefit for the customer is lower price point and that we can offer more routes.
Yes, definitely. When we when we can lower our costs, we can do two things with that. One thing is obviously lower the price point, and here we're lowering from $6,000 or $8,000 per ticket down to under $1,000 per ticket. Well, when you do that, the market gets much bigger. A lot more people can come in and use the service. The second thing we can do is it gives us flexibility to try more things because the cost basis is that much lower. It's not a huge risk or an outsized risk to see if there's interest in flying from New York to Miami or New York to Dallas. We can try it a few times, and if there's not interest, we just don't fly that and we move on to the next. So I think the third benefit is um, Bark Air works really well if you've got a flight between one of our major cities today. But a lot of people don't just fly between two cities. They're flying all over the place and they want their dog to go with them wherever. So the larger the network we can put together, the more available this service becomes for everyone.
Cool. And what about the experience, obviously, when there are many more dogs on the plane? What's your feel on how well we can kind of keep up that experience design layer that we developed for the Gulfstreams?
Quite well, actually. And it's not many more right now. So right now the Gulfstream has 10 seats. So a person and a dog being a seating unit, if you will. Air Wisconsin will have 23. So it's double and then some. Um, but we've got now over 50 flights under our belts. Our concierge game is pretty strong. I'm sure they're like there were with the first 50 flights. We'll learn some things and we'll have to adjust on the fly. Sorry for the pun. Um,
Raise the roof.
yeah, but but I do think like the team keeps the customer and mainly the dog's experience as the thing to optimize for. Um, so if that requires like if one thing we learn is there's a 10-to-1 ratio of customer to concierge, that's ideal. Well, then we have the room to add a second concierge, or we have to figure out how to do that. Um, but we're excited for our first flights to start here in mid-February between New York and South Florida.
Anything else that was in the press release that we should remember to talk about?
Uh, I I don't think so. I think we just wanted to talk a little bit more about why we're excited about this.
That's awesome. Well, I hope people enjoyed this little formats because then we can do it some more.
Sounds good.